Welcome back, guys. So we have two options. Sorting things out or Hitomi's help. Let's go with this one. Alright, so Hajime Yoshimi's death. Nejima's threats of mass murder. The problems just pile up. Indeed. Putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tsutsumi leaves Edio to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. It is 9 AM. These guys didn't sleep, did they? We're still at Kinshibari Park. It's daytime. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. Took ya long enough. Alright, first, as always, have a think. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking into Yoshimi and Nejima. For now, we'd better start following up on the few leads we've got. Guess I'd better see what Edio's found out. Talk to me, Edio. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor's yours. Oh, we're about to get information bombed. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So, let's start with that one. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. In the middle of the park. That's not possible. It's got to be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss, isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? It was the Whispering Canal, right? That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and a death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Edio. You're starting to get the hang of this. So, let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamezawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. Okay, no thank you. That sounds horrible. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. There's a yo mama joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. Hang on, are you saying... she was stepped on? Stupid sexy 7 mysteries step on me. Obviously the foot washing mansion. Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. Step on me, stupid sexy giant foot. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Can you imagine just dying to this sudden giant dirty ass foot coming out of nowhere? Then, is this Namigaki's doing? Shit, I knew he'd used it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. Oh, that sucks. Guess we should report this to Paranormal Affairs. Got it. And as for the 3rd victim, he was identified as Kohei Jonouchi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found dead in the school's courtyard. Get wrecked. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. A teacher dying at school. And not just any school. Komagata houses one of the 7 mysteries. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember which. Let's cross them out. It's not the canal. It was the Fool's Procession, right? It's not the Beckoning Light. It's not my beloved Haunting Clappers. It's not the Evergreen Beach. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's not. So it's got to be the Taiko or the Fool's Procession. I don't remember. Does it matter? I'm gonna go with the taiko. I believe it houses the Fool's Procession, my bad. That's right, I was going to say that one, I swear. To be fair, I was. That was my other option. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims can be tied to the 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. And Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Or did he? Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought. But if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Oh really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Alright. Oh boy. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. But we can't rule out there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. Oh, that's great news. So basically, we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. Ah, he must have known the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we've got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss. Let's do this. How are they planning to do that if they can't even use the stones during the day? Like, how do you just find a random person that has a stone? Alright, on to the curse bearers. Maybe this will answer it. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yu Taro Namigaki had the foot-washing mansion, the stupid sexy legs, and Hideki Araishi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Alright, so, this is nice. We have a nice little chart on us becoming the final boss. So we now have the beach, the foot-washing mansion, and the lantern. Who's missing? So, we don't know who has the taiko, who has the beckoning light, and who has the canal. Wait, doesn't that lady have the canal? From the prologue? We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are, quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. Sounds like we got our work cut out for us. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shiraishi. Ah yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a death. Looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation. But it had already been deemed a death, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. What was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a death, but wait, so then, She died the same way as Jonouchi, right? They both died, apparently, by falling from heights with no buildings around. But he thought there was more to it. Yes, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. The fool's procession! A very fast-paced procession. Naruhodo ne? Oh, in other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. I see. So, there's a chance that it wasn't a self-inflicted death. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. Wait, so somebody was like hooning around in the school grounds in a car or something to take out the teacher? This is turning into quite the grisly case. Oh, I'm so intrigued, I love it. But the vehicle couldn't have come from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a death, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the death was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shiraishi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. We are exhausting all of this information. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda. Community safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address. Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Oh no. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now. But she could be a key witness. Can't we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Ah, because of the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. Oops, I didn't mean to click on him. Give me the talk. There we go. Oops, I got some information about his fiancée. Her name is Mayu Chozawa. 27 years old, she works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But, oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Alright, tell me about her. I love her haircut. Alright, she is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Mayu's current whereabouts remain unknown. That didn't tell us anything. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps. It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse. But Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Alright, Nejima. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima. But so far, we haven't received any word. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. Of course he did. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives. It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. Dude's probably overworked. So Nejima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse. Or insanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which will make it hard to track him down. That'd explain why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole. He's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima. Yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Damn. She really doesn't trust you, huh? Exactly what every estranged father wants to hear. Damn. You live like this? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if you, her former father... Is that necessary? Former father. Can't find her. How the hell did Nejima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes. Sorry. It just kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided reed. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Ah, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. Alright, as for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Yosh! Shall we continue our investigation? We could go to Komagata High School to look for Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shiraishi's house to find out more about her. I guess we have to move? Oh, okay. Somehow that just ended it. Alright, well, come back next week. We'll continue with either JoJo's, some fancy sushi, or finally, we'll go back to the school. Interesting. What do you guys think about this one so far? This is just shaping up to be one of my favorite visual novels that I've ever played. I love everything about it. It is so high quality, and I love the mysteries. Based on actual real mysteries and locations. It's so cool. Anyway, come back next week. I'll see you guys then. See ya.